Yeah, this is Point Black, coming in hard and off the car, coming with the flow straight from the barrio, and coming with the heat from the damn street. Don't mind the noise, that's my retarded kids just trying to aggravate me in getting up into making noise so they come out on the recording because you know they always want to be in Point Black shit. And many people want to try to stop Point Black. You know what I'm saying? Even some of these organizations, you know what I'm saying, with the dashers and this and that, watch joining those accounts because they're going to discriminate on you, especially for your political views. So be careful because we know who runs the dasher account. We know who's the CEO. And he think that he's fooling someone, especially when it comes to Point Black. The Point Black don't give a flying fuck. You know what I'm saying? My political views, regardless of what the situation is my political views, and that's the way it's going to be. You know what I mean? So this is PBN, Point Black National News, the late and the great edition, and the ghetto edition as well. Because this is what we must do at all times. We must come with the facts to crack backs and the boom bip to the lion ass lick, the motherfucking heat from the motherfucking street. And that's the way it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? This is a late and a great edition, and the ghetto edition as well. You know what I'm saying? Now today we see individual is now facing a lot of threats based on the fact of Colorado election chief who took on Trump's, sees 600%, Baphomet 6 number, spike in threats. You know what I'm saying? This is coming by Andrew Perez, Adam, and look like Ashwan or something like that. I can't see those last names. I'm not going to get caught up in it. That's not the point. But we see Colorado Secretary of State, it looked like Jenna, you know what I'm saying, Gershword or whatever, a Democrat supported the demon Democrat supported the unsuccessful efforts to block the president from the United the president of the United States from her state ballot. You know what I'm saying? On the grounds that, you know what I'm saying, on the grounds that he had engaged in an insurrection. First of all, Mrs. Gishworth or Jenna, whatever your name is, you know what I'm saying, he didn't participate in no insurrection. That's a lie and a propaganda piece of bullshit that you have used your electoral position in Colorado to try to say some bullshit. But you have never proven that fact. Because when we look at all the matter in the cases and what Trump said and what you say he was involved in, we don't see the involvement at all. Especially when you said his motorcade car did not bring him back to the White House because you had already set in place the demon Democrats, the sabotaging of the very peaceful and protest that he said for them to do patriotically was already infected and also invaded, so that's why when it came to the White House, they did not want Trump to come back to the White House in any shape or form. So he didn't come back, you know what I'm saying? And he was hold away from coming back because he would have been more able to see what was going on in all shape or form. But at the same time, the shit was already on the run, coming from the Democratical sabotaging to reconstruct his words and to reconstruct exactly what took place based on what you say caused it to happen. Only in the matter of trying to use an old age law that was used against the Democrats when they did the rebellion of the Union and formed the Southern states, and then a civil war ensued, and after that they was told that if they come back in, you know what I'm saying, and do anything like that again, or anything, because remember they were a part of the Union and left the Union, and do anything like that again, you know what I'm saying, they would be held under the constitutional laws of insurrection. And they were told that, and they were allowed to still come in, and then you tried now in 2024 and all that to use that same law that was brought against you, you know what I'm saying, probably by the Republicans, you know what I'm saying, and the Constitution itself, you know what I'm saying, in your insurrection, you're trying to reverse that same shit back on Trump. You know what I'm saying? So your game is shitty and it don't have no validation in anyone's book other than you trying to use reverse psychology or reverse tactic of the Constitution that was used to, a tactic to keep you from being a rebel within the Union and unscrupulous, and you came back in and you did the same thing. So now, after all these years of your nasty pedophilia, check in affiliation with all kinds of dictators and doing all kinds of garbage on planet Earth, you know what I'm saying, and murdering the people and blood sucking them and every kind of sacrifice that you can find to do. You know what I'm saying? You now want to try to change it back on Trump. Trump was exposing all your shit, and a lot of your shit was being brought out for the first time for the world to actually see what the fuck it is y'all are doing up in our government with your nasty ass. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? But she tried to block him talking about, you know what I'm saying, of the ballot on the grounds that he was in the insurrection. The insurrection was committed by the demon Democrats. I'm going to explain that to you one more time. I don't give a fuck how you see it or what you say. You're not changing my fucking mind. The insurrection was done by the Democrats. They are guilty of this insurrection. And they are guilty of many other insurrections and many other criminal crimes against the United States, including the World Trade Center. And that is an insurrection in itself. They have been insurrecting for years. The Demon Democrats never respected the laws of the Constitution and the laws that were brought against them in the Constitution to stop an insurrectionists or insurrectional groups. You know what I'm saying? So they tried to use that same law against Trump. Oh, yes. Yeah, and everybody's running right along with it as two ass big dummies. You know what I'm saying? As if what they're saying is so true. It's not true. You know what I'm saying? When you see me do this, I'm loosening up my belt because y'all men got to understand when you're sitting down and you have on a belt, remember from time to time to loosen the belt from up under your lower intestines. This will cause your intestines to have a free flow and also keep the food moving down. You cannot keep your belt tight around your waist and expect jammed up by your lower intestine and expect that no malfunction is ever going to happen. So from time to time when you're sitting down, remember to loosen up your waistline and give your stomach chance to breathe. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of men have their belt chucked on tight and they sit down and jammed up under the stomach. You're going to pay for that as you get old. But anyway, getting back to this bull, you know what I'm saying? We see the insurrection and talk about he was engaged. He was not engaged, and that because he was never at the White House. You know what I'm saying? You trying to say it went off of him making one phone call, which that guy said that's not what Trump told him to do. You know what I'm saying? He never told him to go out, cheat votes, Xerox copy like the Demon Democrats did after the election, hide the votes in a warehouse down there, probably on the docks with military might in front of it so you can't go in and check the ballots. He didn't do that. He didn't ask them to do that. He just said, find me more votes. You know what I'm saying? Try to speed up the vote process that I get more votes. He did not say go out and cheat. He did not say go out and harm anyone. He did not say go out and knock down the walls of the ballot houses and kick ass. He didn't say none of that. All he said is find me some more votes. That was plainly that. And the guy testified to that clearly. You know what I'm saying? That's another one that is some bullshit altogether. Then when you said in itself that he said for them to go up to the White House and participate in protests to save your country peacefully and patriotically, that was also proven to be true because you cut and censored his words. So who committed an insurrection in itself would be the Demon Democrats because they do not want to come out of power. They always want to be in power. So they're going to try every trick in the book to do so, including opening our borders and making the United States unsafe by letting in all types of people, even the South American people who have ran across the border and came into this country many years ago and been working here for years, have left many of the shit that go on in their country over there. So now that Biden has opened creepy ass pedophilia, cheating, want to be president, by open the borders, talking about some open border policy, he has just let in all the shit that the South American people that came over here years ago work hard to get a position and respect in our country are now going to be threatened by what he has done. Not only that, so will the regular American people and many of your daughters and shit. Remember me saying that in the very beginning. Be careful, because a lot of these people, no matter where they come from, South America, Canada, come to all different borders all over. Remember, everybody has a mind of their own, and not everybody's mind is based on normality and understanding of human life. Many have no care for human life, and their mind has been screwed up either through their culture, race, parents, or whatever religion, and they have a what we call a cynical, obnoxious type of way about it. So be careful, and this is what Joe Biden has now led into our country. So we can expect a lot of violence and different things to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because many of them are bent on rape, like as if they are punk motherfucker and they ain't got no skills to attract a woman or make a woman like you in no shape or form. You shouldn't have to do that. If that woman likes you, she likes you. You know what I'm saying? If she wants to be with you, she'll be with you. You know what I'm saying? She is the goddess. She makes the choice. You know what I'm saying? She chooses her king. You know what I'm saying? But in the insurrection, he's talking about his insurrection, by inciting violence on the January so-called mathematical 6 feet apart, 6 feet deep, 3 sixes in itself, even the date starting as one. Attack on the U.S. Capitol. There was no attack. You create an attack in order to use the laws in the Constitution, whatever was used against the demon, democratical, crooked ass. You try to create an attack so you can have, you know what I'm saying, that to use against Trump, which you know full well does not set place in what took place, because the investigation was not thorough. You know what I'm saying? And the committee that was chosen was a shitty committee by shitty Nancy Pelosi, Baphomet, Luciferian, blood-sucking, drinking asshole Pelosi. Done said. So we know full well that none of the investigation was truly on the up and up. None of the whole court case or whatever you filled up the damn court with, talking about an insurrection shitty committee, you know what I'm saying, proved anything at all. What it proved was a very rush job. And that is what gave it away again. Same thing we saw with the pandemic and the vax, and making people have to take it and thinking that they were under some kind of decree because you shut down the city, and you're saying that jobs that have federal ties have to have their employees do it because, you know what I'm saying, they won't get federal funds. You know what I'm saying? You shut down the city, you shut off people money, you shut down all things, you weaponize the government, and then have the nerve to force the people into it and then say later on that they really didn't have to. You are full of shit. You put mandates, you weaponize the government against the common people to force something into them. And this took place globally because what's her name? Billy the Goat Gates, who is a part of their Baphometical Demon Democratical group as well. So is Andy Fauci, the killing murderous weasel, all went around the world doing this for many years. If we do a deep investigation into both these guys and Creep Joe, you would not believe what would come up. Matter of fact, it'll come up and it'll fucking probably make you throw the fuck up. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest, in more ways than one. But while they're sitting up there talking about some kind of attack on the Capitol, this woman, or whoever she is, needs to remove herself from government, and this will stop the threats. You must go, because you are trying to run along with a corruptive group of people and a corrupted group of story to stop a righteous man. Not saying 100% because nobody is perfect. And we do not expect that out of Trump. But he was doing the job that needed to be done. So in itself, we're not worried about that. We're not worried about that. Because we have a lot of ignorant ass people and even young children today. Many ignorant ass young children that would follow behind ignorant ass bullshit. And in itself, you cannot get anything out of that because their mind is already blown or shot due to affiliation of whoever their parents may be, either on either side. So we have to look at the type of strategy that they use in the ghetto against people and many nations of people in order to corrupt their mind or even influence them. Now, they even use genetical damagement or genetical attacks or genetical attacks using chemicals in order to create many of these personas. You know what I'm saying? And you see it come out in today's children that are now grown up in some of the violence that they're committing, rape, murder, and all types of things, and even in signing of contracts and drinking blood and washing themselves in blood. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Rather than do the right thing and lead in a rightful way, they have already sucked the balls of the mathematical overstanding. And now, love it the fact that they're getting, I guess, rich off of it. So they're going to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? In the end of, but even though he received the capital in return, she received an escalating torrent of abuse and violent threats. Well, what did she expect to come out of that particular thing? I mean, how dumb can somebody really be? Because what in Colorado especially, you know what I'm saying, should not be engaging or letting her engage in any such thing as that. Giving the state a bad name, because when they say Colorado, they're talking about every single body in Colorado. So if everybody in Colorado have proof, concrete evidence, and all this other stuff, why wasn't this not brought to the table? The only things that were brought to the table in the outward way, other than looking at Jim Jordan and YouTube and all this other stuff, the only thing was brought out in an outward way was the fact that, they said that Trump did this and Trump did that. But you never gave us, and even the shitty committee didn't give us no real evidence. They gave us a bunch of fake ass motherfuckers that they paid off to come up there and lie. There was no transparency in it at all. You know what I'm saying? In the seventh month since Colorado residents first sued the state to keep, they sued the state, listen to this, they sued the state to keep Trump. This is how much you know they are a loser. You know what I'm saying? The Demon Democrats are a fucking loser. Many of them. I don't know about all of them. And I'm going to exclude for now, Robert Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? Junior. I'm going to excuse him for now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to see where he's going, because if he's following behind his dad and and his uncle and all this stuff, then I know he's on the right track. You know what I'm saying? But if he's been sucking blood and signing contracts and going down the same Democratic road, then we're going to watch you too. But I know you're a Kennedy, and I know what you are and what you have inside of you. Now, it could have changed over the years, and things could have this and things could have that. You're a man to yourself, so am I. But I know your father was a fighter, and he wasn't no lay down motherfucking punk. You understand? He wasn't in that. You know what I'm saying? And to me, both of them were cops, man. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get their back blown out. You know what I'm saying? They were blowing backs out, probably. You know what I'm saying? Or the women. You know what I'm saying? Because they were slamming the women. You know what I'm saying? I admire those two men. Your father, and his brother. You know what I'm saying? So show me something as well. You know what I mean? Let me hear your words as strong as these. You know what I'm saying? Make them proud. You know what I'm saying? In the 7th, you know what I'm saying, Colorado residents have sued the state to keep Trump off the ballot, bringing Griswold or whatever, and then Griswold, Griswold is her last name, in as a co-defendant, the number of serious threats leveled against Griswold, or whatever her name, Griswld, again, Jenna, you know what I'm saying, increased more than 600, you know what I'm saying, here we go, that's 6 again, you know what I'm saying, percent, according to the data her office provide to Rolling Stone, you know, the threats, you know, directed at Jenna, you know what I'm saying, spiked, aimed, spiked amid the high-profile Colorado case designed to block Trump from the ballot, and she should be ashamed of herself engaging in any bullshit like that. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? While she's sitting up there, you know, doing dumb shit, she ain't showing me a damn thing other than a bunch of bull crap. We see Judge rule that the president, that Donald Trump, shall be there, baby, lawyers, election, subversion defense, John Eastman, you know what I'm saying, in more ways than one, you know what I'm saying, is now on the barking like a dog. Yeah. So we see the same bull in all ways. You know what I'm saying? We see Judge rules Judge fuck your ex bullshit. He is the president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Trumpy bad. Baby. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that his Trump's election subversion defense, John Eastman, be disbarred. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, probably so. We see California state judge. This is coming in on the UPI news. You know what I'm saying? Coming in by my man, look like Daryl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Coot or whatever, 15 hours ago Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where on March 7th, the UPI, a California state bar judge rules Wednesday that John Eastman, a co-defendant of the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, in Georgia 2020 election subversion case should be disbarred. Okay? Eastman wrongdoing, you know what I'm saying, constitutes exceptionally serious ethical violations warranting severe professional discipline. California State Bar Court hearing Judge Judge Rowland, last name, Vet or whatever, Rowland, wrote her 128-page ruling. Eastman was a Trump lawyer, you know what I'm saying, during the real estate mogul tenure in the White House, and is one of 19 defendants, you know what I'm saying, along, you know what I'm saying, with the President of the United States, accused in the Georgia case of participating in a conspiracy to overturn the president, overturn creep Joe cheating ass, wannabe president, pedophilia ass, you know what I'm saying, 2020 election victory. He didn't have no victory. Who the fuck gonna do a victory after a cheating motherfucker? You always wanted to celebrate your motherfucking tyrants, but we ain't doing that shit no more. We gonna call them out as we see them. You a motherfucking tyrant. And an insurrectionist. So why the fuck would we sit here and talk about a victory when you cheated the election? And that's the way it's gonna be in our mind for all times and every time. And you're probably setting it up to do it again. That's why you open the border. That's why you have a Ukraine war going on, because the war keeps you in power longer. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to come out of nowhere and say you stopped the war and you're a great hero and all this and that. None of y'all are heroes. Even Ronald Reagan wasn't a hero to me. I'm just being honest. You can see it how you want. You know what I mean? And if you don't like my comments, you can get your ass up off my channel or get your up off my view and just skip past my video. I'm saying it'll be all right with me. I'm no problem with that. But the 2020 election talking about he's stopping from his victory, which accumulated into a Baphomet Luciferian first 6, January 6th. Then the Netanyahu number 7, and then over to Ukraine number 6 again. So really it's 666, no matter how you say it. 3 attacks, 3 different ways, 3 different type of mind psychology. There's one thing the demon Democrats will do in order to stay in power is they start wars and figure that while they're there, they this and that and the third, and it's going to keep them or make them popular that they won a war, something so great. But it's not. It's just a cheap trick that costs at the cost of many lives, innocent lives at that. And that is what we have to start to focus on, because people are so dehumanized that they don't see what goes on in a war or what's happening to the people because we're not there. You know what I'm saying? But we can feel their pain way over here, and we cry for them. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn, what they did or what they may have done. What goes around comes around, all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we have to start looking out for all the people of the world, even the African people who you have robbed, steal, murdered, killed, who have helped you and still helping you over numerous years, even in your tyrannical, Baphometical bullshit as well. Those are the niggas we don't need. They can stay over there with them. We are the ones that will help no matter what the situation will be. We will put forward our effort, our heart, to stop any war, any murder and killing and genocide of races of people by these beasts that you support. Now I'm seeing, but when we look at them creating this attack in order to use the insurrection against Trump, which you know for well was used against your demon democratical asses and the rest of them, even the Republicans who are crossing party lines, or those that came in as Republicans who were demon Democrats that just joined the Republican Party, but they were sent or groomed or always had a democratical mind frame. Now I'm saying even Reagan was a Democrat for over 40-something years before he became a Republican. You know what I'm saying? So don't give me that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So he jumped party lines and became a Republican, same as Trump was a Democrat and became a Republican. You know what I'm saying? We see that in more ways than one. So was his parents, because his parents, was over there marching in Connecticut in full regalia, 30, 40, 50, 100 strong, Ku Klux Klan, in full regalia. So was Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood. The Nebraska native is, described as one of the main, architect of the plan to replace legitimate creepy Joe Biden electors with fake Trump electors in several battleground states. That's a lie, that's a fake, and that's bullshit. There is no way that he would have had enough time while the ballot houses were counting ballots or what they were doing to switch all the workers around and so forth. If that was the case, it would have already been taken place prior to even the ballot counting. So for the people to be in there that were doing the counting were the people that were being there doing the counting. What you're trying to say is that when they were trying to go in the ballot houses and see what was going on, so you use that to say that they were planning to replace legitimate Biden electors with Trump electors, which is a bold-faced lie. And to me, even though you might have some bullshit-ass, lying-ass witnesses, that doesn't prove that it was true at all. Just because I have a witness can lie. A witness can say this and say that. We wasn't there to actually see what you accuse them of based on what they're saying. Because talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Same as we had the big sideshow of these 2 black women that were supposed to be accused by Trump of doing something. Yes, I believe they did. And they're and like they say, innocent until proven guilty. So when we look at, and that goes for anybody, white, black, or green, or purple. You know what I'm saying? Nobody must be above the law, including the Democrats. And they have been above the law too fucking long. Every time you mention 1.9 trillion, 1.9 billion, but we don't see that money going to the people's pockets. Where is it coming from? All right. So therefore, if it's coming from the people, then what are you giving them back? A tax return? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? For all the years you use their money to invest and create billions of dollars, all you give them back is a tax return of money they already work for them from themselves. You know what I'm saying? And maybe give them a little extra credit, like you give them a little steamy. Anyway, but at the same time, she's saying that Trump wanted to replace it, you know what I'm saying, in battleground states. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As part of a scheme. What scheme? The scheme was never proven to be so because the scheme never took place and happened so. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, when you say scheme, that's something that y'all did. Y'all demon Democrats already had your scheme together long before the election even came close. You were already doing early mail-in ballots. So what the fuck is you talking about? That's an insurrection altogether, you mother. Woo! Shut your mouth. I don't give a how long mail-in ballots have been around. It's the easiest way to cheat an election in those ballot boxes. Those ballot boxes need to be removed, and any ballot that goes into that box needs to have a computer slide to know that that is so. Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi have an investment in the voter machines and have been involved in the voter machines for years. Her and many others probably. So while you say that the voting machines were not manipulated, you have never proven that as well, you motherfucker. So get out of my face. You know what I mean? Talking that bullshit.